these are the two things that you already want to have started. If you didn't finish them, I gave you till Friday just in case there's an issue. But these are like, 1, super important for class content. 2, super important so that I get to know you, okay? So the first thing is the course prep and syllabus acknowledgement form. You want to make sure you complete all those steps. The Google form is your way of like, is privately telling me any issues you might have or any experience, whatever you need me to know, okay? Or what would you like to be called if it's something other than the name that was on the roster? Or, and most importantly, when is your birthday? Because I give you a lollipop on your birthday. And when you come in here on your birthday and you're like, you didn't give me your lollipop, I'm going to be like, it's because you didn't fill out the Google form. Okay? So the August babies, like I will go in there by Friday and those August babies will get theirs. The second thing, and probably the most important, is the YouTube playlist, where I'm going to record every day. I'm going to upload it. That YouTube playlist is your lifeline, especially when you fast forward to May and you're reviewing for your AP exam. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is the topic I need to review. I know it's in this section. I can go back to that section and I can review it, okay? And then you need to download the graphing calculator and class kick. Those are 2 things that we're going to use sporadically throughout the year. If you are a freshman and you're using a loan or iPad, just keep in mind that you're going to need to go back and do those things. After Monday, you should get your iPad. After Monday, when you have your iPad, okay? A graphing calculator is a non-option for AP. You have to have it because you have to have it for your exam. If you don't have one yet and you like know somebody that you can borrow to get you through for a little bit of time, that's fine. It is definitely an investment. I will tell you, they last forever, so it's a good investment. You will use it from now until you get through college math. But if you don't have one now, you can like borrow, not from somebody in this classroom, but somebody in a different class maybe. But on your AP exam, obviously you all take them the same time, so you can't be borrowing from somebody else who's also taking AP, okay? And the more comfortable you get with your own, the easier it's going to be. The TIs are the most popular. Those are the ones I will teach you how to use. Every time I teach you a new thing, it's going to come to that one. So if you can get that one, fantastic. If you have a different kind, I will do my best to train you to use that. But I obviously can't train on 17 different devices, so keep that in mind. YouTube will become your best friend if that's the case. And then all the way on the bottom is the syllabus, which is just like general rules and that kind of stuff. And then on the bottom is the link from yesterday. This one, the second assignment, which is the introduce yourself, is just literally so I could put a face to a name, maybe get a little bit of your personality, something that's unique about you so that I know like who you are as a person outside of just sitting in front of me in math class, okay? I'm not going to show these to anybody else. You don't need to be embarrassed by them. I would love to see your full face. I know not everybody is like keen on being in a video, and they don't have to be like some edited masterpiece. It is just a quick hello so that I get to know who you are, okay? Questions on either of those? Okay, this I would say is like my cheat sheet. You already know I'm going to ask you to put your ID on. I will usually stand at the door and I'll be like, put your ID on, put your ID on, put your ID on. If I have to tell you twice, it's going to start to drive me crazy. So just put it on. Just know that I'm that person, okay? Be on time. Obviously, if it's the first class of the day, if that bell rings, I'm sending you downstairs. Don't even waste your time climbing the steps. I'm sending you back downstairs, okay? It is my job to make sure you are on time. They literally watch the cameras and see who lets kids in late, and then we get pow-pows. And I love you, but I'm an approval suck. I'm not going to get in trouble for you, okay? If it's an in-between class scenario, I'm going to write you up, should it be habitual. Like, first time you dropped your stuff in the hallway, something happened, fine. After that, I'm going to write you up for being late. Obviously, respect each other and their belongings, okay? We don't mess with each other's stuff, especially because we're, like, close. You're literally on top of each other. Do not touch each other's iPads. Do not go in each other's bags. Do not take each other's styluses because it's funny. It's not funny, okay? And then absences. If you are absent, you have 24 hours to submit a WebAssign extension request. How many of you were in Algebra 2 Honors last year and used WebAssign? Okay, we know how this goes. You have to request an extension on your WebAssign. It can't happen at 3 a.m. I'm sleeping then, okay? So before the end of the school day, upon your return, you need to submit the request. I will approve it, and then you'll have access. But again, appropriate hours, like 3:30, maybe push it to. But if you're out tomorrow and you come back on Friday, by the end of the school day Friday, you should go in there and submit your request. Not all of your assignments on WebAssign. Actually, not a lot of them are on WebAssign in AP, okay? But there will be some that are in there. We'll talk about web assignment when we get to it, okay? When you submit your late homework, if you were absent, you have to have your admin slip, or I'm going to give you the 50, okay? You just go get it. Make it a habit. And then makeup tests and quizzes. Tests have to have an excused absence. You have to show me the admin slip that says excuse. And what's going to happen is if you're absent for one of those, I will put a 0 in the grade book. I will message you by the end of the day and say, these are your options for your makeup. And then you're going to write me back and you're going to tell me which one you're going to be at, okay? I would say if you can avoid it, avoid it. It is always better to take the test the day that everybody else takes the test because we have prepared to that point. If you wait, we'll have moved on to new content. You're obviously getting a different test because that's not fair. So you're going to get a different test. It's not going to be the same as everybody else. Make sure you're here if you can be. I know things are unavoidable, but if you can be, take it with everybody else, okay? Can you put the iPads face down? Thank you. If you need to use the restroom, the pass is on this thing, and so is the table over here, and so is the log. You need to let me know you're going, and that's for safety reasons. If something happens and we go on code red and I don't know who's out of the room, that's a disaster, okay? So if you need to use the restroom, it's Miss Chris Weiser, can I go to the restroom? And if we're not doing anything major, like a quiz or test, I will say yes, go. But you need to write your name on the log. You need to take the pass, you need to go. If that pass is gone, you're not going. So if you are one of those people that likes to roam the hallways, realize that somebody is waiting for you to come back and be respectful of the time, okay? You go to the restroom, you come back. If you are, because this is going to happen, I have to go too, you're going to put your name right on the log underneath whoever's gone, and you know you've started your own line because I hate monitoring a bathroom line and who goes next, okay? But you need to ask for permission to go before you go. And then talk to each other, which I said a little bit, okay, and me. Just not while I'm trying to teach or trying to give you instruction. Ideally, this environment is a perfect balance of relaxed, but also following the rules. I feel like that's where my sweet spot is. I do follow the rules as far as things like IDs and on time and stuff like that go, but I also want this to be a comfortable environment. When you're working, I'm going to play music because I hate silence, okay? I encourage you to talk to each other. I don't want this to be a rigid classroom, but I want you to be respectful of the rules. Can we agree to do that? Say yes out loud because you're supposed to talk to me. Yes. Okay. You're going to go to Candace. And on your to-do list should be a diagnostic test, okay? You're going to take this. I want you to not have to, I don't want you to Google anything. I want you to do it from what you remember. I am not judging you on this. This is more for me to know if everybody misses something that I know that that's some kind of content I really need to cover, okay? So this is for me to get feedback as far as what you remember. If you get it wrong, it's okay. The score at the end might be scary. If you complete all the questions and upload your work, which will be the last question, I'm going to change your grade to 100, okay? I don't need you to freak out. I just want you to try as best you can, okay? And if it's something that you have no idea of, then you'll know when we get to that section that's something that you have to really cover, okay? Everything that's in here is somehow covered on that AP exam, which is May 13th, okay? It is the exact same day as it was last year, which is crazy. But we were lucky. 100% of the kids passed. Almost 75% of them got 5s. So I'm not saying I'm putting that pressure on you, but I'm saying that's a really good sign, okay? That at least the content we will cover this year will prepare you. My goal is for you not to be stressed at the end. I'm going to teach you everything you need to know. We're going to finish in January, February, and we're going to review, okay? So if you do what you're supposed to do in class, then you should be good. Questions? All right, I'm going to let